Today, so we could see that match later.
Yeah, I think I saw Gimmick on Twitter as well. He's excited to just grind some Rocket League, I think is what he tweeted today. So they have the hunger in them, and you know they're going to be back. Cloud9 knocked out in this tournament in 4th place. And as I mentioned, we have 3 teams left. But let's take a look at our Old Spice player of the day standings. A lot of awesome performances out
like maybe no one can stop NRG, but Dignitas just made a statement there versus Cloud9 after Cloud9 made a statement. So it seems like Dignitas is that team, but like Complexity has been here before. They lost in the upper bracket. The only team to ever win right after they lose the upper bracket. So if there is a team to do it, it would be Complexity.
We also had Justin, I think he just tweeted as he was reacting to that matchup, because he was saying, you know, he's worried about Cloud9, but Dignitas coming out and showing exactly why they are our defending world champions. Let's take a look at our bracket. Once again, double elimination here. We started with 10 teams, and we are down to 3. Dignitas, Energy, Complexity, and Cloud9 having a really nice day one, leading to, there you see Energy and Complexity advancing that winner bracket final. As we take another look at that lower bracket, where we again, the teams we saw knocked out first for Vitality, Arcade Minds, G2, and Envy also knocked out there just after.
Hey guys, sorry about the delay. I was just about to get on when the desert air got the better of me and my nose started bleeding. Anyway, we're back at it with the grind. I'm gonna grind a little bit, as you can see, with the hopes that nothing goes wrong. We're going to be listening to a nice playlist by Super Red Games, as per usual. If anyone else has any songs they want to hear, a playlist they wouldn't mind listening to, just let me know. I'm always looking for something to help the grind go a little better. I'm almost done bleeding here. Yeah, this desert air is no joke, I tell you. Back in Oregon, it's never really happened as much as it does now. There's enough moisture in the air to where nothing ever goes crazy like that. So anyway, as I mentioned the last time I was on, we're gonna grind out through Riku, get him his level master award trophy. When that happens, I will be done with Chain of Memories. I'll have platinumed the first of the Kingdom Hearts games that's easy to platinum. Didn't do Kingdom Hearts because that's going to require a couple playthroughs. But once we're done getting Riku all the way leveled up, we'll start Kingdom Hearts 2. But that's in a while. Probably spend all of today just sitting here grinding through Riku. So if you have any questions or trivia, something like that, it'd be much appreciated. In the meantime, we're going to keep listening to Super Red Games video game music for studying while we grind through this. Sorry, I had an advert pop up. I think Riku is currently at 67 or 68, so this is going to be some 30 plus levels before we're done grinding. Am I trying to finish them all before 3 comes out? Yeah, I already did Kingdom Hearts 1. This is Chain of Memories. Got Kingdom Hearts 2 up next. Then we're gonna do probably Birth by Sleep. I'm super excited, hoping that they have the release date announced soon for Kingdom Hearts 3. I mean, they said it was going to be this year. I hope it's true. Maybe holidays. I really hope it's not like, well, we had to push it back till next year. Especially with the demo they did down in California. They just announced it, you say? When's it going to be? Next year? January of next year? Oh. I mean, I guess that's okay. I don't know. I really wanted to play it sooner rather than later. But at least now there's a hard date. I don't know, how do you guys feel about it? Big companies waited till E3. E3's going on right now, actually. Hopefully they'll fix the floatiness people complained about. Yeah. There was a lot of stuff they did that, I mean, it looks great. Being able to switch keyblades during combat seems probably like the best change that I've seen so far. It's on the Kingdom Hearts Twitter page. Gonna have to check that out. That E3 starts Tuesday. I know EA did a bunch of announcements for the games they're going to release coming up. I know they did the normal Madden, MLB, a few standalone games. I don't know, I'm just excited they're announcing stuff already. How does 3 look in gameplay footage so far? I haven't looked at too much. mainly because I don't want it to be. I want it to be a big surprise when I do play it for the first time. But I couldn't help but check out some of the other streamers' coverage from when they went. I mean, Keyblade Sarah went. She had a good time. One of the YouTubers, the completionist, he went and checked it out. I think it looks really good. I wouldn't imagine anything less, considering how long they, had to make it look good. But I've had a very limited exposure. What about you guys? Have you guys seen something else that looks either good or bad? All right, I'm gonna pause. I gotta check out this release date. Looks pretty good. They managed to keep the style intact, even though, yeah, everyone is wearing plaid, and it was I think it was Keyblade Sarah. She was like, "Hey, I'm gonna wear plaid to the release event." Like everyone should. She wasn't wrong. It was pretty cool. Let's see here. Apparently 12 hours ago, they said Kingdom Hearts 3 will be releasing on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 on January 29th, 2019. They've announced it ahead of E3 at the Kingdom Hearts Orchestra World Tour. And they're also going to send out a couple more trailers. Alright, well, goodness, thanks for the info. I'm pretty jacked. That sounds great. It also reminded me that I'm going to be going to the Kingdom Hearts Orchestra when they go to the Hard Rock Cafe here in Nevada, Las Vegas. I got my tickets, I think last week. I was going to get them early, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to find a date in time. But I was talking to this lady. She wants to go, so we're gonna check them out August 6th. So, did anyone else check them out if they're in a town nearby? From what I hear, they have a really cool video that they run. They run concurrently to playing, and that sounds pretty fun. Milo. Sorry, I gotta check on the dog. Nice, level 69. I gave my dog one of those chewy bones, and this used to be a whole bone, Now it's not. So I don't think I'm gonna let him chew on that anymore today. So, important question, how does everyone feel about the plaid? I mean, all the Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts characters have always had their own unique style, especially when you travel to other worlds. Does the plaid work, or does it not work? I've gotten one vote for plaid does not work. They're not a fan, which is fair. It's not for everyone. I grew up in Oregon, so for me, plaid was just normal attire. If you came to school looking like a lumberjack, you were doing it right. I think another important thing about Kingdom Hearts 3 is the flow motion. Was that Dream Drop Distance? I don't know, it seemed like a broken battle mechanic. Can't wait to see Kairi and Leah and Plaid. Yeah, really, for Kairi, it doesn't matter what she wears. Anything it'll be new, and that's good because we haven't seen enough of Kairi in an action role. She's always been the bystander, and that's one of the things I'm looking forward to is a diverse cast of characters that are going to be possibly either playable or just included in like battle sequences. I could only imagine that some of the final battles are going to include characters we've never seen battle. So that's going to be fun. took forever. All right, level 70. Under 30 levels to go. Man, this grind is slow work, I tell you. I still can't get over this. They finally announced it. That is just the best news I'm going to get today. Guaranteed. And my day just started. January 29th. I am a little disappointed, to be honest. I was really hoping it was going to be holidays of this year. Having a release date in the middle of January. I mean, how many? I mean, it has such a following. It's not going to affect too many people. But I remember when I was younger, I loved having the release dates during the holiday season. So during the winter vacation, you can go in and just destroy a new game you got that was recently released. So, but still, that's super exciting. It's finally announced. That is just awesome.
Coding your own games is easier than you think. You know, you should take this online Unity course on Udemy. It's top.
Gives you time to play your holiday games and then be free for Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. There will be other games I get during the holiday, but I was most looking forward to Kingdom Hearts 3 as the game to play. What are some of the holiday games that you're planning right now? I know it's a ways away, but can almost guarantee that whichever Pokemon game comes out, there's going to be a huge rush to play that one. I'm gonna see what happens after E3, what games get announced. Shiloh, stay down. and then I'm gonna plan out some sort of schedule to play some new games. Of course, this is all after Kingdom Hearts. Got to get through all the games. Not that I haven't played them before, but it gives me a good schedule to plan for with getting through all the Kingdom Hearts games. There we go. Looks like I'm getting more work emails already. Forgot to change rooms. What am I doing? I don't know about anyone else, but personally I feel so behind still from all of the games for the last year that I have yet to play. And then there's some that I just let slip through the cracks that, I just haven't played them. Like, when did Ukulele come out? Because I picked that up like 3 months after its release and I still haven't played it. There are a lot of games like that that I really want to play. I just got to get the time to play through them. Darn it. It's not like my schedule's going to open up any. There we go. I finally locked down my grad school class schedule. It's going to be, I'm almost certainly going to be taking 4 classes for the fall. Also, weird thing, I'm used to like the quarter system. So having semesters is really weird to me. But I'll be getting my MBA I should say, I'm going to get my Master's of Business at UNLV. It's going to be nice, but it's going to be weird having to interact with people. My current job is definitely I interact with very few people every day. It's gonna be nice seeing people, but that's why I pick hobbies that 71. That's why I pick hobbies that like include interaction with people, because unless it's me and my buddy going out, like I don't get enough interaction with people. Need to go back to college and get that going again. Yep, human interaction. It's tough. I'm definitely, it's not like I need human interaction. I'm good without it, but just getting out and doing things, it's better with a close-knit group of people, and I'm gonna be it's gonna be easier to find with a small group of students doing the MBA program together. The lack of human interaction in my current job was fun at first. Now it's a little depressing because everyone is at least 50, I think, who I work with. I take that back. I have one lady who's new. She is under 50. I think she's in her late 30s, mid 30s. But that's a very rare exception to find someone that young working in my gig, let alone me and my friend who, I'm in my mid 20s. My buddy's in his early 30s. We have some other people who are in their late 20s that we know, but they're at other gigs. It's weird interacting with older people who see the world one way, and they constantly make fun of me for being a millennial or younger. It's like I feel like you could make fun of me about so much other stuff. Why does it gotta be about my age? It's really weird. They're always bringing up movies that I haven't seen. Like why would I even see those movies when they were made like 20 years before I was born and were not that good? No, you don't get it. It's a classic. Is it though? Is it really? Like, some of them were good. Some of them were right. I wouldn't mind seeing them, but some of them I got like 10 minutes in and I was like, this movie's going nowhere. And then I'll bring up a movie that I've seen or a series that I follow and they're like, what? Nah, that's dumb. It's like, well, you can't just arbitrarily say that. Just because it's newer. Like they don't like any of the Marvel films. One of my coworkers does, but like the other guys, they don't like any of the Marvel films because they're just old school and they think it's just too nerdy. Oh, kills me every time. I can do that with video games one day. I mean, like older video games, or like what do you mean? Because I can name a ton of video games that I play that they have no idea what I'm talking about.
I am incredibly proud to be positioned here at St. Jude, to be in a place where I know
talking about how some old games are classics and some youthful talk about a new game. Yeah, I mean, I could do that. Problem is I like, I don't know. I like to empower people when they want to play games, because I mean I've with one sister alone, she has now 6 kids. 3 of them are hers, 3 of them are from her marriage. But anytime that video games are brought up, it's, I want to encourage them to play more. Don't want to bash them down. But maybe if someone was being a real jerk about something, I could easily do that. One day I'll hit that point where I'm like, man, do you guys remember playing the Kingdom Hearts series? They're gonna be like, the what? I'm gonna be like, get out. We're done here. I'm not looking forward to being that old where someone's just talking about something new and I am way out of the loop and oh. Is that stupid Disney's Kid game? Yeah, just like that. Some of you is gonna tear me apart one day and I'm gonna be like, oh you're killing me. 72, alright. We're moving along. Oh. I'm gonna bring up Animal Crossing and they'll be like, hey, you guys ever give this a shot? And they're gonna be like, why would we waste our time on that? I feel like there's games that my nephews could do that to me now, though. That's the problem. Is they're young enough and I'm old enough to where they could just do it. Tear me apart. Oh, wow. Well, thank you for the follow. I guess just so you know, I stream every morning Pacific time at around 9 to 10. And I'll go until a little after noon. And then Tuesday morning, sometimes I can't do it, but on Wednesday and Thursday, which is my weekend, I do an extra long stream, sometimes for 6, 7, 8 hours. So yeah, if you want to catch me grind through some more Kingdom Hearts and then go through Kingdom Hearts 2, just kind of progress through them, you can catch me then. But getting back to my nephews, this is very important. I will tell a small story about how I know I'm just getting too old to be hanging out with them. The new Smash Brothers for the Wii U and 3DS came out, and this is a while ago, and my nephew ended up getting it. You can never get into Chain of Memories, so it's entertaining seeing someone go through it. And I wish you would have caught my other playthroughs, because right now all I'm doing is level grinding Riku to get the platinum trophy. The true Chain of Memories. I mean, I think some of my videos are still up from when I played through Chain of Memories, but it's a tough game to run all the way through. That's for sure. Especially when you have the action of Kingdom Hearts 2, Birth by Sleep to compare it to. This one, the deck combat thing's kind of weird. But anyway, I hope you play through Chain of Memories one day. It's not critical to the story, but it does tell a bit better of what happened between Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2. Anyway, the new Smash Brothers came out a bit ago, and I was playing at my place back when I was living in Oregon, and my sister came over. She brought over a few of the kids. Two of them were with their dads, and then she had the other three. There were only 5 at the time, and she has 5 boys and 1 baby girl now. That's kind of important. So they're all guys. They should all be into video games and sports and stuff like that. So they come over and they see me playing just a random game, which in their mind was, some old game that didn't really matter to them. Because I'm old relative to them, so therefore it must be an old game. And so I said, yeah, you guys can come over and, oh gosh darn it, you guys can play with me. I have enough controllers, and it's true. At the time I had enough controllers for them all to play, and I'm just destroying them. I'm trying to take it easy on them, but it's a trial by fire type of game. You die a bunch of times and you get better by seeing what other people do and then copying it. And so my nephew got really into it. But the other 3 were just like not having it. And so he came over the next time. He's like, hey, can we play that really old game? Oh, it hit me right in the heart. That really old game. It had only been released for like 5 months. But in his mind, because I was playing it, it made it an old game. And that's how I knew that they thought I was just some old guy. Anyway, that's why it's hard hanging out with my nephews. Also, now that I live in Nevada, I don't see them, but back when I was living in Oregon, it was like, you little kids, come on. I'm hip, I'm with it, I get the new stuff. I'm like Dr. Evil and Austin Powers. Now that they're a bit older, I don't think the age difference isn't as extreme for them now. But back then, I'm sure it was a tough pill to swallow that someone like me, their uncle, could be into the same things that they're into. I mean, albeit I'm much better than them at everything, but whatever. Who's saying anything? One of them's in high school now, so I'm gonna just keep rubbing it in. He's pretty cocky. He's arrogant. He calls me a noob all the time. I'll give him that. I'm kind of a noob. But I always turn it back on him. It's like, well, if I'm a noob and I've been around playing these games for so much more than you have, and I'm so much better than you, what does that make you? Ultra noob? Hyper noob? Oh, it gets him. Darn it, now I want to go hang out with, well, not hang out, but now I want to play against him right now.
Nick, he's an inspiration. Seeing what he's gone through, especially
Alright, 73. This grind is slow work. Oh man, that would have been the perfect battle to have the first hit. Oh. Wow. Alright, let's try one more time. There we go. Goodness. Man, it's not even the battle I wanted to have. Was Passion Pit one of the songs for the Little Big Planet soundtrack? I mean, they must have been. I'm gonna have to revisit Little Big Planet. So another short story. Memorial Day weekend, normally a weekend where, back when I was living in Oregon, I should say, used to be a weekend where we'd all go out, my sister, all of the nephews, maybe another one of my sisters, if they had found the time. The rest of my family's not really outdoorsy, so my older sister, when she went camping with her husband, it'd be like, oh yeah, let's all go. But one Memorial Day weekend, let's see, I think it was my senior year in college. I was dating this girl who she was looking super forward to going camping. Like she couldn't wait. She kept bringing it up. She was really hoping that this weekend would come up as soon as possible, which is fine. So we went, and I brought a tent. It was me and her. She hadn't met like most of the nephews yet, so I brought over the 3DS with me because I knew my nephew would kill me if I didn't bring it, because he definitely wanted to play. Like, it was on his list of camping activities, which is fine. The only thing we were going to play was Smash Bros. So, we hit the campground, drive in, park. He immediately runs up to us and says, "Did you bring it? Did you bring it?" "Yes. Yeah, I brought it." Chill. Because, I'm dating this girl. I wanted to, show her the whole family. And so he hadn't even met her yet. And he was, all up on me like, "Did you bring it? The one thing that I want out of more than anything in the world?" "Yeah, I brought it. Calm down." I was gonna bring it. Like, don't worry. So we're playing at the end of day one. Where I agreed. All right, we're gonna play tonight. We have plenty of time. So my then girlfriend is making s'mores with another one of the nephews. She's having a bet with him about who can make the best s'more for $1. Because, I don't know, he's a weird nephew. He likes to prove he's better than everyone. He's not. But he likes to give it a show, which is good. He's competitive. I was competitive when I was little too. So we wrap up our game. It's late. I think it's around 11 at this point. We got to get up at like 6 because that's when everyone gets up when they are out camping. But girlfriend, super appreciative of me bringing her out there. She's like, "Oh yeah, things are happening in the tent tonight," which is nice for me. Bad for my nephew because it means we don't get to keep playing. So we make our way back to our tent. She She assumes we're gonna be alone because we're on our own, space. We rented out our own space. So, she's showing me her appreciation, and the nephew, I guess, didn't understand what I meant by we have to call it a night. He thought that was optional. So he comes trudging down from wherever his campground was. It was just a couple spaces away, I'm pretty sure. If I remember right. And he's just like, hey, are you guys up? Can we play one more round? So he stumbled upon us, now, very busy with each other in the tent, asking if we can play another round of Smash Bros. So I have to stop, and I said, yeah, in the morning, we'll play again. Go back to sleep. Oh, okay. So he walks away. Mood's ruined. But just because the mood's ruined doesn't mean it's over. So we give it like 10 minutes, and we assume that he's gone for the night. Come to find out, no. About 20 minutes after I told him to go to bed, he came back down and said, hey, I went to the bathroom. Can we go now? Yeah, we can play now. We'll play a short round. Because she's done. She's had it. Oh my gosh, that was just awful. The worst game of Smash I ever played, because I didn't hold back. I killed him. I laid waste to his soul that day. It was personal. Oh my gosh. He didn't get it, which is fair. He was in middle school. He's not a stud. He's I don't even know if he likes girls now. I don't know. Does anyone else have any horrible stories to share? Because I would love to hear them. .74. Nice. That isn't the first time, or the last time, by the way, that a nephew would interrupt us. Because we had our own place. We ended up getting a place. Okay, I must not have hit this guy first. I'm going to leave and come back. One day my sister decided to unexpectedly swing by our place while she was out and about with the kids. And this was on what was our collective day off. I had like Sunday, Monday off. She had school hours, so she had Saturday, Sunday off. So this was like our day. Our date day was this day. And our roommate, because we had a roommate at the time, was out for the day. And so it was just a complete date day. We're gonna hang out with each other all day. Well, she swings by, and she brought in 3 of the kids, because that's what you do when you're a mom. You have kids all the time. You don't get a break from them. Because this is about 4 in the afternoon, so they were all out of school. What was it that day? See, that was the day. Oh, that's right. So Haley, I'm sorry, my then girlfriend, she liked to play music because we're in an apartment complex. She liked to play music as to not distract anyone, or she didn't want anyone to know what was going on. So she would play music. The problem is she always liked to play like get down music. Like I'm not saying it was Marvin Gaye's "Let's Get It On," but you know, she liked to get something going. So she's got music rolling like pretty loudly. We had the windows open because it was summer, like not for school, but you know, it was like late May, and it was pretty warm like that day. I think it hit like mid 80s, like something crazy like that, which for Oregon's in May is pretty crazy. So we don't really hear the phone, but we do hear her knock on the door. And so I assume it was the neighbors just being like, "Hey, can you turn the music down? Because it's an apartment complex, and I would like it if the music was turned down." And I'm like, "You'd probably also like it if other sound effects were turned up, you pervert." He was a kind of an older guy, living alone. He was always butting into people's business. So, you know, we hear the door. I assume it's her. So I just throw on something quick, and she doesn't throw on anything because she expects me to just handle it. And so she hears the conversation going on because I say it nice and loud. My sister immediately knows what happens, by the way, after I say this really nice and loud. Nephews have no idea, but Haley gets it. So she goes and she gets dressed, but it was just like, you know, knocking on the door. Oh, dang, I didn't get the first hit. Knocking on the door. I say it nice and loud. I'm not gonna yell it, but pretend I'm yelling it. You know, it's like, "Oh, hey, so good to see you here at my apartment right now with the kids. What's going on?" And so all I hear from the other room is just slam as the door just slams shut. A lot of scurrying, drawers opening and closing, and she comes bursting out. Which honestly, I don't know why she thought she had to get all like dressed so quickly and come out and see everyone. She could have just stayed in the room. She comes out and she's wearing mismatched clothes and her hair's all a tizzy, and she's just like, "Oh hey, I just got up from a nap." No one's buying it. Not even the nephews are buying it at this point. And so Breezy's just like, "Really?" Sorry, my sister, she's just like, "Really? Middle of the day? Like, couldn't have waited till evening? Like, I told you I was going by." I'm like, "No, you didn't." She's like, "Do you not check your phone?" And I said, "I was a little too busy to check my phone. I'm sorry." If you could have maybe checked before you just randomly swung by. Oh, that was an awful day. Oh, perfect. I love it. Someone else is sharing a story. The closest one in college with girlfriend. I like the premise already. We hear a knock on the window. Turns out to be our friend. Chicken nuggets, as in he has chicken nuggets, asking us if we wanted some, and asking us what we were doing. Could they not figure it out? What did you say to them? Tell me you said yes to the chicken nuggets and then told them to go away, because that is the perfect ending of that story. I guess we're gonna have to try a different room, maybe. There was another time in college, which I feel like it's been long enough I could just share the story without anyone knowing what I was talking about. Although, gosh, I don't know if I should share this whole story because my sister might watch this one day. Nah, she's fine. She's old enough. She turned 21. She'll understand. My nephews don't watch this channel. So, after I graduated college, and the same girlfriend, she was still in college. She had moved into a place with where she didn't really love it there, but it was a good place for college. We hadn't moved in yet together, so I would come by and see her. Let's see, we weren't. I guess we kind of were and weren't. It was in between stages of we're exclusively dating each other, and no, we're just hanging out a lot, getting it on. So she met a girl at the apartments who lived a few doors down, and this girl. Let's see. Oh, let me stop. I can pick that up any second. Also, at this point, everyone had assumed we were going out for years, even though we weren't, because she had a boyfriend. Oh. So we just didn't tell anyone when we started going out. But yeah, you took the nuggets, told him to hang out later, but he wouldn't get the picture, and only left after like a half an hour talking to them. Oh, God, that is the worst. What kind of wingman is that? Oh. That is a nightmare situation. So anyway, she had met a girl at these apartments who lived a few doors down, was going to the community college instead of the university. And I thought that was done. She invited her over, her and me, I suppose, to hang out and watch a show. I think they were watching maybe like Firefly, I want to say, or something like that. I never watched it. In fact, while they were watching that episode, I was just kind of doinking around on my phone, checking sports scores. But she shows up. Haley shows up. I show up. Come in together. We plan on doing a dinner. Some sort of chicken carbonara thing or something like that. We are eating. And they're talking to each other, and I have no idea what they're talking about. I can only assume it's good times, because they're laughing and giggling a lot, and I don't really think anything of it because they're at this point they're decent friends, and so how did this all come about? Clearly it wasn't my idea, because if it had been my idea, this would have happened a lot sooner. What was the thing that started? I know how it finished. I just can't remember exactly how it started. I remember the show was on. Oh, I was snuggling with Haley. That was so I was kind of getting close to my then girlfriend. On the couch, as well, she wasn't quite, but you know what I mean. Like the lady with whom I was hanging out with, I was getting close to her. The other girl, she hadn't had like a steady boyfriend or relationship in a while, so she was, I think, just a little pent up and lonely. They decide for some reason. 75 nice. That it would be a good time to all sit on the couch. Like, we were only watching it on a laptop. It wasn't a big screen, so like there wasn't room for us all to be spread out in the shared. By the way, this is a shared, like, it's a 4-bedroom apartment. Like a main living quarters. That's like university style living, where you have. You only have your bedroom, a nice shared space for these 4 roommates. I mean, it was definitely like close quarters. And so, I'm kind of wondering and worried that like these two didn't live together. They were in separate apartments in the same complex. I was worried that the other girls' roommates were gonna come in because it's a shared space, and she was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's fine. No one's coming in." One of them wasn't rented out at the time. I'm like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." One of them was, but he was staying at his girlfriend's, I guess. Let's see, one of the other apartments, he worked nights, so he was at work. I don't know what kind of night hours he could have had, but oh, hey, Dark Aura. 999's a Dark Aura. I'll have to remember that. So the point of getting to is it was just us. There wasn't going to be anyone else for sure for the night. So, oh, they had been drinking. That's right. I keep forgetting that's a factor because I don't drink. Not that it wasn't something like they would have done sober, but it definitely freed up their inhibitions to like just go for it. So, I'm just like, hey, it'd be cool if after we were done with this, we went back to the apartment and me and you had some fun tonight, with my the girl. Just me and you alone time because it's been a long week. I hadn't seen her for like a week, something like that. Like we hadn't hung out in a week. So I don't know how down she was for that idea, but that went out the window pretty quickly. So I'm just trying to hang out with her, the girl. We're all on the same couch though. We're watching this show. At least those two are. I'm not really paying attention. They keep going back and forth about something. And I don't remember what the spark was there, but obviously I was flirting with the girl that I was seeing. Like, we weren't dating, but I was seeing her. And the other girl was getting just like, I don't know, hot and bothered about it, I guess. Not in a bad way, but in obviously a good way. She's giving me the the girl I'm seeing. She's giving me the signal of just like, hey, take it easy. At least that's what I thought the signal was. Come to find out, that was not the signal she was giving me. She was giving me the signal of, hey, it's cool, like everything's cool. So, like, I start making out with the girl I'm seeing. Other girl kind of steps away, and she's like, well, I'm gonna make another drink. And I was like, cool, that works for me. I don't really care that much, because I got all my attention fixated on this girl. So sorry, work emails. So she's making a drink. She grabs some ice cubes, and she's like, "Here, let me show you something." Just like as a friend. I don't want to do roulette rooms in a different world. I want to do it here. So she's talking to Haley, and so she grabs an ice cube, and she's just like, "Check this noise out." And so she puts it in her mouth, and she starts sucking on her neck. And I was like, oh, snap. Okay, well, all right. I didn't know, like, that's where this was going. And she's like, you need to try this. And I was like, I need to not do that. That looks like it's not a great time for me. Because that's, like, very cold and everything. She's like, no, Haley's gonna love it. The girl I'm seeing, she's gonna love it. And so I said, okay, so, I give it a try. Well, as I'm doing that, she pulls the same trick, but on me. And so now we're all going around, and things are getting, oh, dang it, this isn't what I wanted to do. I forgot I wanted a roulette room. Things are all going in circles now. Like, oh, that was the perfect card I wanted. Let me get some music going again. So, you know, I'm like, oh, she's totally showing us some cool tricks that she's picked up during her years that, you know, are like fun, like foreplay stuff. Like, that's cool. Like, I don't have anything against that. Like, you know, she's being a nice friend. So she finishes showing her that, and she's like, here's another trick. So she's does something else. She's like, oh, here's another. And eventually it's just like, all right, well, there's only one way this is gonna end. Because, you know, we're at this point, all three of us are just making out in the living room. So, you know, I think I was the one that said, I said, you know, why don't we just take this somewhere a little more comfortable? So we head back to her bedroom, and that was the night. As you can imagine, you can tell where this story's going, but that was the start of the openness of me and this girl and her friend just fooling around. It lasted for a couple months, maybe 2-3 months of just like the three of us fooling around. It wasn't every night, obviously, because, you know, our schedules didn't really mesh up that well, but that was the time where I was like, oh, I'm gonna totally date this girl. Like, she is super fun. And so I ended up dating that. That was my senior year of college till like a year out of college girlfriend. And she was super awesome about everything. Which leads me to the follow-up story of that was not the only girl that we fooled around with as a couple. That's just the first time. The better story is the girl she met in band, because she was in the marching band. I was too, but like I graduated, so she was still in the marching band. Her second year at the university, she was in the clarinet section, and she met another clarinet girl, and she wanted her over to hang out like a ton because she hadn't made very many friends, which is understandable. I was like, oh, you should totally hang out with her a lot because she's a cool girl, she's like a friend, and you need to hang out with girls. Like, you're like, you need to have a steady friend group, like, to where I can go out and hang out with my friends if I want to as well. It's just, you know, better overall for the relationship. Sorry, this song's kind of loud. So she invites her over for maybe like 3 months, 4 months of just, you know, hanging out, having a good time. Of, you know, we're gonna watch some movie, gonna go out on the porch, we're gonna smoke some weed, we're gonna have a cool time. Just, you know, I'm making a friend, and I was super happy for her. She made a good friend. But as you already know where this is going. So, this friend, she was only 18 at the time. She was a freshman. I had just graduated, so I'm 22, and the girl I was seeing, she was 23. She was a year older than me. But she had done community college first back in her home city, before electing to go to university, which was U of O. So she invites her over for a couple of months, maybe a few months. And one night, I could tell, like, we asked the girl to stay over again because it was late and I didn't want to drive her back to the university, because, you know, we were living a fair bit of ways from the university, and it was, you know, would have been like a half-hour driving just to take her home and back. So I said, just, you know, you can stay the night. I'll take you tomorrow morning with Haley on her way to school. God, I'm so bad at this. I'm trying not to use names. I'll take you back to school in the morning. And so, you know, the girl and I are talking. My then girlfriend and I are talking, and we were just discussing how she likes, you know, this friend of hers. And I said, yeah, she's really cool. Oh, you mean like you like her, you think I would like her, that kind of thing. She's like, yeah. And I said, you know what? Well, hold on. I'll be right back. Let me do you a favor. And she's like, what are you doing? And I said, no, don't worry about it. So I leave the bedroom. I left her in the bed. Jesus. 9. I was not prepared for a 9. So, you know, I leave her in the bed. I walk out to the living room where she is staying on our futon. And I said, hey, how's it going? And I sit down kind of on the futon next to her. She's laying down because, you know, it's already spread out. And she's like, it's good. What's up? And I said, I was just talking with Haley. God damn it. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to use names. I was just talking with her, and we were just talking about, some stuff. And I was wondering how you're doing. And she's like, oh, I'm good. And so, you know, pull the old, move a little closer, kind of lean against her. And I said, well, that's good. Well, Haley, I know, she really likes you. And she's not pulling away. She's not, she's not against it at this point, I can tell, which is good. And I said, I think she would appreciate it if you came with me. And she's like, what do you mean? And I said, well, I'll show you. And so, you know, I kiss her. And she's like, oh. And I said, are you okay with that? And she's like, she didn't say anything. She did the old, she bites her lip and she just kind of nods up and down. Super cute. I was enjoying this moment. And so I said, okay, well, here, come here. And so I take her back into the bedroom. So Haley's like, hey, what's going on? And I said, oh, nothing. And so I have Isabel by the hand. God dang it. I have her friend by the hand. And I bring her into the bedroom. And she was like, no, what are you doing? And I said, well, I'm doing what you asked. And so, the three of us, are getting in the bed, and she's not, I don't know why, she suddenly turned against the idea. And so it turned into this super awkward situation where I was like, but you totally mentioned this. She's like, I didn't mean right now. And so, I'm just like, oh my goodness. Okay, well, hey, don't worry about it. And so, the friend, she goes back into the living room and she's just super red in the face, embarrassed. And I was like, so I'm like, hold on, I'll be right back. I'm going to check and make sure she's okay. So I go out there and I'm like, hey, I don't know what happened. She totally was just mentioning how she really likes you and everything like that. And, I don't know what's up. Don't worry about it. And she's like, are you sure? And I said, 100%. I can guarantee you. I feel like she just wasn't ready right now. And she's like, what do you mean? And I said, look, don't worry. I'll take care of you. And so I go back and I said, I told the girl, my girl at the time, I said, look, I'm gonna finish watching this show with your friend. Make sure she doesn't feel super awkward about what happened. You just go to bed. I know you have an early start tomorrow. And she's like, okay. So she goes to bed, and under the premise that I'm gonna sorry, I'm gonna turn this down even more. She goes to bed under the premise that I'm gonna make sure that everything's okay with her and the friend. And so I go back out in the living room, and we me and the friend, we just kind of talk about it, about, you know, what just happened. I'm like, hey, I don't know what's going on. It's, she's, you know, she's down. Like, I know she is. It's just kind of weird how she's acting right now. Oh, don't worry about it. And I said, don't worry, but I'll make sure that you're feeling okay. And so I start making out with her again. And I end up just like having sex with her in the living room with the girlfriend in the bedroom. And I was just like, don't worry about it. Everything's cool. She's like, oh, well, thank goodness. Are you going to tell Haley about this? And I said, I mean, not if you don't want to. And she's like, how about we wait until like things actually happen? And I said, yeah, that's fine. So she comes over for a couple more weeks after this, and she's just like, she's like super sexually tense. Like, she wants to do it. She's never had a threesome before. She wants this to happen. And Haley's just kind of, gosh dang, my then girlfriend's just kind of being coy about it, just like, I don't know. So for like for a couple more weeks, like every time she came over, I would, you know, fool around with her and be like, don't worry, it's gonna happen. Like, she wants this like as much as I do. It's gonna happen. Don't worry about it. And so after this happens for a bit, one day, it's like, you know, early morning, we all have to get ready, and I think I had just woken up. The friend had her own car, so she brought it, and so she shows up in the morning, and I was asleep. So her and my then girlfriend were hanging out for a bit. And then I just told Haley, or I told my then girlfriend, hey, I got to get ready for work. You know, it's but you know, there's some stuff I was gonna do around town beforehand. I'm gonna just get ready now. And do you want to shower? Because, you know, we used to shower together like every day. It's just, you know, a nice way to stay close and intimate. And she's like, yeah, sure, that's fine. Just give me a second. And so, you know, I hop in the shower. Haley comes in with Isabel, and she's like, hey, is it okay if Isabel and I go do this instead? And I was like, how about you do that afterwards? I just, you know, it's early morning. I'd love it if you came in with me. And she's like, okay. And so she's like, Isabel, just give me a minute in the living room. You know, just wait there, and then we'll catch up in a second. I said, perfect. So, you know, I keep using names. It's awful. I'm sorry. I can't. 9. And so I go out, and or she joins me in the shower. I say, hold on, give me a second. Let me grab another towel, because the true honesty was I only had the one towel in the bathroom. She didn't check for another one. And so I go and grab a towel, and quick thinking, I was like, oh my gosh, it's the perfect time for this. So I go in the living room, and I grab the friend and I say, hey, come with me. She's like, what? And I said, just come with me. And so we both walk into the bathroom together. I hop in the shower, and I said, hey, to my then girlfriend, I said, hey, I have a surprise for you. She's like, what? And I said, oh, you'll find out in a second. And so then the friend joins us in the shower, and she's like, well, what's going on? And I was like, what do you think? And so I'm now behind my then girlfriend. The friend is in front of my then girlfriend. And so the two of us just start getting to work, making sure that my then girlfriend feels really nice and relaxed, if you know what I mean. And so, you know, we're both making out with her, and she's getting all hot and heavy, And so I said, okay, well, what do you want to do? And she's like, I just need a break. And she's like, couldn't get the words out. I'll be right back. And so she steps out of the shower. She's just like, whew, okay. Look, I'm going to step outside and cool off for a second. And I was like, okay. And so now it's just me and the friend in the shower. And I was like, well, I guess it's just the two of us. And she's like, yeah. And I said, well, it's just the two of us. And she's like, no, like, she's right there. And I was like, I don't think she's against it. And so, me and her start going at it. And, eventually the thin girlfriend, she walks back into the bathroom and she's like, what's going on? Because she could hear what was going on, obviously. And I said, nothing, don't worry about it. And she's like, no, what's going on? And I said, nothing, it's fine. So she pulls back the shower curtain and she sees us. And so, she's closer to the friend than she is to me. And so she's just like, he's good, isn't he? And, the friend's just like, yeah. Thinking, you're not mad, like, what's the deal? Nothing like that. She's just like, well, you two have fun. When you're finished, I'll be in the bedroom. And so I kind of look at the friend, and I was like, I think we're done. We can just all go to the bedroom. And so we quickly dry off and follow her into the bedroom. And that was the first time for her, the friend, that she'd ever had a threesome with anyone. And so that carried on as well for quite a while. But that's about it. That's the extreme of my college girlfriend stories, at least as far as that avenue is concerned. I had a good time. She had a good time. No one was mad. It was all a good time. The only regret I have is not doing it sooner, I suppose, because we ended up, me and the girl ended up breaking up. Let's see, it was the spring of the following year. So, we didn't last too much longer after that. But the whole time we were together, we had a lot of fun, so that was cool. I gotta find another girlfriend like that. I'm going back to college. I'm gonna find another girlfriend like that, so I like Stefan. So yeah, those are my top stories from college. Man, and we are still not even close to finishing up this grind session because I ran out of cards. How many do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll finish up this roulette room, and then we'll go back to Castle Oblivion and grind through some more levels. Oh, whoops. Still, I love that chicken nugget story because if that had happened to me, definitely would have said yes to the chicken nuggets, and then immediately kicked him out. There wouldn't have been a half hour talk in the doorway. Castle William. That's where we need to go. Wow, that was a lot of failure all at once. Let's try that again. There we go. Darn it. Again. We'll catch you next time, Evil Gamer X. Thanks again. Let me know if you want to hear more stories next time you're in to swing by. Drop a comment. We'll talk it up. Sounds like a plan. Thank you. out of that thing. He is crazy. Probably should mention again. I gave my dog one of those bones that you can chew down. It's made out of faux bone, like some sort of meat, dried meat, like a jerky, but like super thin strip, something like that. It was supposed to last him at least a week. He went ahead and finished it off already. It's been 2-3 days of like an hour and a half each, maybe a little longer on the first day, but like, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with him. You can never make the good things last long. Getting to work the last few days, last couple days. I think I'm gonna call it an early stream. Just finish up this room, and we'll grind again tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday, so that's fine. So yeah, we'll wrap this up with the end of this room. Pick back up. What are we at? I just saw it, 70 something, 76. So we have 23 levels to go. We grinded through. What did we start today at? 67. So we grinded through about 9 levels, which means if I do full stream instead of partial stream the next couple times, we should be able to wrap this up at least by Wednesday. Then we'll pick up again with some more. Well, we'll start Kingdom Hearts 2 probably the latest Thursday, which is fine because they just announced Kingdom Hearts 3 doesn't come out until January 29th. So that gives us over 6 months to finish up the Kingdom Hearts series, get platinum on everything, and then we'll start Kingdom Hearts 3 in January, and I'll have enough time to play through maybe a couple of series, like the Jak and Daxter series, for example, the one that's playing right now, the music from the mines in Jak and Daxter. So I'll finish this room, call it an early stream. Next time, full stream for probably 3 hours or so. I'll try and get on by 9 tomorrow. We'll pick up again next time. Hopefully get through maybe 15 levels, as much as that, in 3 hours. I'm not 100% about the rate of leveling currently. Tell some more stories, I suppose. once we're done with this room, I'll find someone to raid. We'll raid them. I've never raided someone before. As embarrassing as that is, normally when I finish my stream, I just stop, say end stream, but this time we'll raid someone. That'll be fun. I think maybe one more battle, or that's it for this room, and then we're good. One more battle. Yeah, kind of a longer one, but oh well. Damn it. Alright. Got 7,000 more on this level. That'll bring us almost to 77, so yeah. Not a bad short session of just grinding through. We got some more cards that we needed to continue the grind. I'll save here. Alright. Let's do some sort of raid thing. Bear with me here. I don't know how to raid, so this is a learning experience for me. That's not it. No, I'm sorry. This might take a minute. But I'm going to figure out how to raid someone. Here we go. I've Googled it. Starting a raid says it's very straightforward. First, we're gonna type /raid followed by the name of the channel that you want to raid. To raid the. Oh, okay. Let's see who's live then. It seems easy, so that's good. Let's do Milby, because Milby's awesome. Always a good time. So, let's see here. Go. Oh, that was easy. Alright, so everyone's still watching. We're gonna hop over and raid Milby. We've done it.